Welcome, friends of the Crawford, to another CorkAbout. Myself and Bernadette have taken to the hills of Cork. This time we're on Summerhill North. So why did we bring you here today? We brought you here today to further expand on a recent acquisition made by the Friends with your membership money. Historic painting by James Manny in 1852, painting of the official opening of the National Exhibition of Manufacturers, Arts and Products of Ireland. This painting is so important to the collection from a historic point of view of telling the story of Cork, because it's a building that's no longer in existence today. So it gives us an image of this building, which was designed by the architect Sir John Benson. So Bernadette and I thought that we'd bring you around the hills of Cork today to give you an example of why this painting is so important and to focus in on some of the architectural features of Sir John Benson's buildings. And we've made some amazing discoveries along the way. So we're here on Summerhill North at St. Luke's, the grounds of St. Luke's Church. And this was a building originally designed by George Richard Payne. You may remember we've already talked about George Richard Payne in the design of the Blackrock Castle on another CorkAbout. So it was interesting to see this come up again for us anyway. We found this interesting. This was a church that by the 1850s was already too small for its congregation. And when St. Luke's was made a parish in its own right in 1872, so we've been just learning a little bit more about who Sir John Benson was. He was born originally in County Sligo in 1812, the only son to John Benson. And he was a very, very busy man when he hit the Cork shores. In 1846, he was appointed county engineer and was responsible here for the overseeing of the relief works of the famine. By 1850, he was appointed engineer to the Cork Harbour Commissioners and architect to the Cork Corporation. So he was a very busy man, overseeing a lot of the development at the time post-famine in the Cork region. In relation to this building here, it had become outgrown by the time it hit the 1850s. So by the time we hit 1872, plans were being drawn up by the two architects, William Henry Hill and Sir John Benson, for the Romanesque style extensions to this originally a cruciform building designed by George Richard Payne. So now we're going to head down into the city over St. Patrick's Bridge, another one of Sir John Benson's designs, and we're going to give you a little flavour of all of the buildings and the works that he was part of that have made Cork the successful hub it is today. So friends, a picture paints 1,000 words, and a big thank you to the marketing department for this fantastic, innovative idea. It is bringing back the old Cork into the new Cork that is now the new Horgan's Quay. And what are we looking at here? We're looking at the painting, the historic painting that we've been talking about, that exhibition hall that was taken down after the National Exhibition in 1852. It was taken down in 1853 and reassembled right next to our home in Crawford Art Gallery as the Athenaeum on Emmet Place. And on my other side here, we're looking at the City of Cork view from 1790, another one of our paintings by Roberts from the collection, which shows the St. Patrick's Bridge, which all ties right into what Sir John Benson had designed. And this one dates back to 1790. And we're going to take you on now to Albert Quay to think about the building that was in place, the original Corn Exchange building that became the design for Sir John Benson's National Exhibition Hall. We brought you down now, friends, to Albert Quay. to the original site of the building in the painting that was the Corn Exchange building that Sir John Benson remodelled in order to accommodate the Great Exhibition in 1852. We've just seen his influences all over the city. So we've passed the Cork Harbour Commissioner's building on the quays opposite, and this was a really influential part of his work within the city, because Sir John Benson was appointed in 1850 engineer to the Cork Harbour Commissioner. His stamp all over the city through his development of over 48 bridges in the county of Cork and the quays were influential in creating the hub of industry in the port and the harbour of Cork. So friends, I'm standing at the Princess Street entrance to the English market, and we just had a walk through there, and it's particularly relevant because we wanted to show you the interior roof of the English market, because it followed the same design of the painting, the exhibition hall painting, and it showed the innovative design of Sir John Benson in his use of laminated wood trusses, which were bent into a semicircular shape and linked together. And interspersed between these were the skylights, which allowed the light to filter through. Now, unfortunately, because they were made from timber, the majority of his timber trusses were all burnt and destroyed through fire, so they've been replaced. But the roof line is the same, and it followed through for other buildings that he designed, including the Butter Market and Firkin Crane, and the one that we were talking about in that painting, which we're really excited to be able to show you in person, hopefully not in the too distant future, and you'll be able to see for yourself. So the importance of the market at the time, it stayed open through the famine and was essential for trade. And in 1862, Sir John Benson was commissioned to draw up plans for the new design of the exterior here on Princess Street with a roofed interior. And what he did was, even though it remained the same space internally, he created a new balcony area which allowed for doubling the number of stalls on the interior. So friends, we hope you've enjoyed this little dig into Sir John Benson, based on that wonderfully historical painting by James Manning, which you have helped, through your contributions, acquire for the Crawford Art Gallery's permanent collection. Next time we're going to take you up to Shandon Street and up to the Butter Market, which was such an important part of the history of Cork, and to the Firkin Crane, both designs by Sir John Benson, and out to the Cork City Waterworks, which brought clean water, of course, into a thriving city at its time.